when thinking about what I should do for my final speech, I decided to ask a question. But my original question was, is Disney bad? But I was advised to not ask that question, that maybe there may be a better question. And I think the better question is Disney really good? And that's the question, that's my goal for the next 10 or so minutes, to be able to answer that question. Hopefully by the end of this speech, you will see why Disney is good in 3 different ways. I like to call these ways the 3 F's. The first F is fun. Disney is good. Watching Disney movies, going to Disney World, these things are fun. The second way is family, and you'll see as we get through the speech further why family is kind of incorporated there. And the third F is future. Now I know future kind of throws people off, that doesn't make much sense, but hopefully through the rest of the speech you'll be able to see how these 3 F's work together to show that Disney is really good. So let's start off with the first one. The first F, as I mentioned earlier, is fun. So when you go to Disney World, everyone gets excited, right? I know everyone in this room has been to Disney World, and the first thing you see when you walk in Disney World is the castle. Now, even as, when I put this picture in the PowerPoint, and even as looking at it now, and you guys looking at it, I know there's a sense of belonging, there's a sense of excitement that kind of jumps throughout your body. And this is what kind of they wanted to do whenever they put the castle up, is that when people walked in, or when even you mentioned the name Disney World, this is what you thought of, is Cinderella's castle. Now this is only the one for Magic Kingdom. If you've been to the one in California or the different Disney parks, it's a different castle, but it's still known as Disney World for the castle. You even see this on the beginning of the movies. The beginning of the Disney movies have the Disney castle. So the experience is there, which ties into it being fun because you get that first look of the castle. The next kind of part and experience that you'll see is the big rides. Right here behind me we have Splash Mountain. And this ride is one of the most well-known rides at Magic Kingdom. A lot of animatronics and turns and really cool stuff, as well as the big drop at the end. Another big ride that most people know is Space Mountain. This mountain is kind of an all-dark ride. You go throughout the entire thing, and it's completely dark, and it looks like stars, and it's super fast. And this is probably one of the best rides they have at Magic Kingdom for the older people. So in the fun category, or number 1, fun, we have experience. So we talked about the first look. You saw the castle, how it gets you excited and ready to go to Disney World, and how when you think of Disney World, you even think of the castle. The second thing was the big ride. You saw Splash Mountain and Space Mountain. Now, even something as small as the signs going at Disney World gets you excited to be there. You see the Magic Kingdom sign. I know as a kid going to Disney World, this always made me excited. Not only Magic Kingdom sign, but when you see the Walt Disney World sign, this also gets you excited. So that's important to know. Within the first category is fun, experience. Now another category, and this is interesting that I put it under fun, but it's maybe a little overwhelming for the adults. Why, you may ask? Because of this. This is what you didn't see in the castle picture. You maybe saw a little bit of it, but there's a lot of people that go to Disney World. There's actually so many people that Disney had to close its gates one year at New Year's Eve in 2018 because there's so many people they reached max capacity. Now, that doesn't sound like a fun vacation when you plan on going to Disney World and the gates are closed. So it can be overwhelming at times with there being so much going on because there's so many people. Also, another example of so many people, but the lines to go into Disney World can seem long and super big and slow. But that's normally not the case. You normally get to go through pretty fast. Another thing that can be kind of overwhelming but exciting at the same time is there's so many things to see and do at Disney World. You saw I mentioned the rides earlier, but now let's look at the different parades. So for example, this parade is the Festival of Fantasy parade that they have at Disney World. You get to see the Beast and Belle there, as well as another parade they have. This is in the same one, I believe. And so you have the parades that can be exciting. You also have the different shows. So here's a Beauty and the Beast show that they have, or a Lion King show that they have. So these shows, and these are exciting things to see and do under the fun category at Disney World. And finally, the last thing, and probably the most exciting thing for the little kids that they get to do at Disney World, is to enjoy the different characters that are at there. As you see, you got Disney, Mickey and Minnie and Pluto and Chip and Dale and all the fun characters and kind of the core characters of Disney World. And this is what the children love to see as they go to Disney World. So that's under the first category of why Disney is good. It's because it's just fun. It's fun to do. Now the next kind of category, the second F, is family. Disney World likes to tie in a lot and likes to see a lot of family enjoyment. It's very rare that you'll see people by themselves, or you'll see people go to Disney World by themselves. They normally are with, and I know that I have been with my family. So you have family, and underneath that you can have family fun. That's one of the reasons why it's family oriented, is family fun, because of you get to have rides together. So you see in this picture, this is my stepbrother and sister and half-sister here, and they're riding rides together. They're having fun. Another thing that you get to do with your family is you get to just enjoy time together. You get to eat together. You get to just hang out together. And finally, you get just that family experience, as we did this past March. This is my family. And so the second F is family. Disney World is very family-oriented. You get to have a lot of fun with your family. So we talked about the first F, which was fun, and then the second F, which is family. But now we get to kind of the third F, and the third F is interesting. It doesn't make a lot of sense to most people when I tell you that Disney World is really good because of your future. It can help your future. So not only can it help your future by just being able to enjoy the movies in the future, by just being able to enjoy family time, whether you're an adult, you're a child, whatever that may be, but it can also be beneficial for your future because of a thing they call the Disney College Program. So if you are not in college yet, or not out of college, or even if you are in college, you can take a semester off and you can go work at Disney World for that semester. You can even take classes there as you are working at Disney World. And so this is kind of the way that it can really help shape your future, other than, like I already mentioned, just being able to spend time with your family, other than watching the movies when you're older. But you can also be able to do the Disney College Program and actually get to experience what it is like to work at Disney World. So as we kind of sum up here, just walk back through the three F's really quick. Disney World is really good because of fun. You have a lot of fun at Disney World. You get to experience the first looks. You get to experience the big castle. Another thing that can be is it can be a little overwhelming, but it is still fun. You get to spend time with your family. As you saw, even my family back in the beginning of March, we got to hang out and spend time together, and it's really family-oriented and geared towards the families, and a great family experience. And even though this may seem a little weird, but future, Disney World helps your future out, as you can either just watching the movie, spending time with family, or doing the Disney College Program. Now I know there's some different ideas around Disney World at this time, different kind of theories and myths of why Disney World may be bad, such as the escape reality, escape culture, or even this princess idea and princess culture that people like to say that it is maybe a bad characteristic of Disney World. But I want to propose that maybe we should not think about those things necessarily, and just enjoy Disney World for what it is, which is that it's fun, which it's family oriented, and it can even benefit your future. Thank you.